Hi guys and welcome to State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin and this is news episode 26. Ripple popularity remains, Faketoshi lost, and Binance landing. Now remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all for entertainment and education purposes only. Please do your own research before you purchase or invest into any cryptocurrency or digital asset. Now, if you are catching this stream live, welcome. And if you are catching the replay and have any suggestions, please make sure you leave us a comment below. If you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto related news, make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you are watching us for the second or third time and still have not subscribed, you should do so. Now, if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is on, you can join us on the Discord. The link's in the description below. Now, on to the news. Guys, I hope the music sound and my voice sound is good right now, right? And for those of you that are watching us that don't know how we move around the stream, is we do articles for the main crypto industry, then we look at charts for the main crypto industry, and then we start looking at each individual coin, right? Articles and then charts until we get either to the last coin, which is usually Binance, or if we have an additional article, we'll just cover it at the end. Anyways, on to the news, right? This is a pretty cool article I found. It says that the UK's National Liberal Party states that they're basically pro-crypto, right? And they also mentioned that the UK's current cryptocurrency policy is non-existent. And they're basically stating that the government has failed to take a stance on regulation. Now, the National Liberal Party also claimed that UK citizens have been defrauded by crypto criminals to the tune of billions, and that fraudulent cryptocurrency schemes continue to target consumers and corporate and basically corporations, and they basically operate with impunity. Right now, the opposition from them, the Labour Party, believes that cryptocurrency is a Ponzi scheme and would regulate. They just basically want to regulate it out of business, right? The article also states that the National Liberal Party believes that cryptocurrency is here to stay, and it claims that it stands for the future of finance and integrity. Now, they are also pushing for the FCA, which is the UK's Financial Council Authority, the UK's Financial Conduct Authority, to reverse its policy of allegedly ignoring the new asset class by providing strong support for fraud victims and pursuing initiatives designed to promote cryptocurrency as well as its self-regulation. Now, they're also claiming that they will make the UK a center of legitimate cryptocurrency finance and not the center of crypto crimes that is today. Now, that is very interesting because when they are doing what they're doing, or what they're trying to do, is basically to push for the UK to be pro-crypto, which could make it a hub for cryptocurrency around the world. London is already a financial hub, so now if they become a crypto hub, that would make them much stronger, right? And think about it, the only competition they have right now in Europe is Switzerland, and other than that, I think Korea it's pushing, and then maybe Abu Dhabi and Bahrain, and maybe who else? China in a certain zone, and that's about it, right? So if they become a key player early on, they could potentially grab a lot of monies that are gonna start flowing once crypto becomes more mainstream, let's say. Anyways, on to the onto the charts, right? On the daily, right? Total market cap. Yesterday, we lost market cap 1.54%. Right now, losing also 0.54%. Right now, it's sitting at 254 billion. Yesterday closed at 256 billion, right? Anyways, that's it for total market cap. Right now, Bitcoin dominance. Let's look at it, right? Yesterday, Bitcoin lost dominance, sitting at minus 0.33% from an opening of 71.28, closing at 71.02. Now, Bitcoin right now is also losing dominance, 0.03%, which is almost nothing. The day is just starting, so just remember, guys, for the crypto market, the time closes at 7 p.m. Central, which means that the new day just started two days ago, so the previous day just closed, right? We have the whole day to make movements either upside or downside still on the market dominance for Bitcoin, but it's sitting at 71.00 right now, right? So sitting pretty good. Now, on to the Bitcoin news. Where's the news? Oh, here it is. Cool. Now, a federal judge, or the federal court basically, ruled against Craig Wright yesterday in the year-long multi-billion-dollar case. Now, for those of you that don't know who Craig Wright is, he's basically the guy who claimed he's Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, right? Now, the magistrate judge Bruce Reinhardt commented that Wright turned half of his Bitcoin holdings and intellectual property to the state of plaintiff Dave Kleeman. Now, Kleeman was Wright's former business partner who passed away in April 2013. So his brother Ira is accusing the Satoshi impersonator, we're just calling him Faketoshi, right? Of defrauding the family of the rightful claim to 1.1 million bitcoins. Now, the judge recommended that 50% of Wright's Bitcoin holdings mined before December 31st, 2013 be handed over to the claimant state. Now, the users basically took to Twitter to mock the resolution and everything, and we can look at some tweets. Breaking news: Craig has lost the case against our claimant. Claimant awarded 50% of IP and Bitcoin mined. The judge rejects CSW's testimony and finds that perjured himself with falsified documents. Ha 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 ha, see you in Malta, you melt. Now, another guy also went with the at BSV narrative went from ha ha ha, the judge will prove that CSW is Satoshi, BTC is screwed, to ha ha ha. The judge says that CSW is dishonest and a serial forger and has to give 50% of its bitcoins to claimant who will dump everything. Bitcoin is screwed. 50% of zero is still zero. We didn't see a dump for Bitcoin, right? So we have to wait and see how it develops. Anyways, let's go on and look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now sitting at $10,106. Sitting below the 10,200 resistance we had once traced. We can see it 3 days ago. We basically went up and touched that 10,666 resistance we had traced. Still within the main downsloping structure, below the 20 MA. Starting to make less negative momentum and sitting around 44 in the RSI on the daily. Nothing has changed since yesterday, guys. So we're just basically gonna go through this real quick. Now onto the other chart that we look at, right? Or for the previous chart, right? That curve, we're still being cradled. We haven't broken out of that curve structure that has been supporting us, which is good. Even in the 4 hours, we'll look at the 4 hours right now. Right, we're still above it, and that's fine. Let's go on the daily and look at the other chart, the one we look at regularly, right? Now, we are still in the main uptrend for Bitcoin. We could say we're flagging. We had traced this potential, like this channel that's downsloping to signify to view this downtrend, basically, right? And we have this line that has been support. We haven't gone down and touched it again. We have this area of support that we haven't been able to break below. We went down and touched it a couple times, but then we've been holding. We've been holding above it right now. Downsloping resistance. We broke back into it. Let's see where we're sitting at right now. I think we're just basically flagging down the structure, right? We had said we had a bearish divergence, which basically was going to play out to lower prices. We went down a little bit, but nothing much. As you can see, we are going down this line, which is still acting as resistance. Let's go on the 1 hour and see what's going on. Anyways, on the 4 hour, sitting below 20 MA. Starting to make a little bit more negative momentum and sitting at 44 on the RSI on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, contraction of the Bollinger Bands. However, sitting below 20 MA, starting to make negative momentum, even though we're making a positive candle, and sitting at 40 on the RSI. Let's look from here to here. It's going down, so it's fine. And from here to here, it's a higher. So it's fine. Nothing else, right? We had this bearish hidden bearish divergence that we saw on the RSI, on the MACD, not playing out very much. We did see price continuation to the downside slightly, but nothing much really. We're just moving sideways on Bitcoin, right? I have to wait and see what keeps on developing throughout the week and how the trade war keeps on going, basically. Anyways, on to the next article. And I think I skipped over a Bitcoin article, right? Which is this one. Yeah. Neil Green, the CEO of the Veer Group, stated that basically looking at the performance of the year. This year, he believes that the new normal bottom for Bitcoin will be 10,000. He says it bounces at this price, it fluctuates below this level, but it shoots back up again, and we've seen it happen. He stated that, well, we saw the action of Bitcoin yesterday, right, when Bitcoin hit 10,500 in a matter of minutes. Then he also cited that a few reasons for his prediction that Bitcoin will hit 15,000 shortly. And he says, well, primarily the US-China trade war, Brexit, technical network improvements, the 2020 Bitcoin halving event, and basically public awareness growth. That's it. Anyways, now on to Ethereum news. On Ethereum, right? There's this platform called Panvala, which launched on February 2018, and is basically a token curated registry that rewards its users when they bring new applicants on board, right? Now, the applicants can include both individual and team projects that seek to enhance Ethereum network and resolve current existing challenges, and the participants on the Panvala platform can then cast a vote on various issues or challenge apps that basically they consider that are unfit or lacking purpose to develop or to further develop the network. Enterprises that demonstrate their worth are rewarded with Panvala's own Ethereum-based token, which is PAN, and basically the result is a funding mechanism for Ethereum-based projects that is providing an alternative to the ICO model that sustained the industry in the previous years, right? So they're basically circumventing the whole ICO and getting funding in a different way. Anyways, on to the Ethereum chart on the daily. We're going to look at dominance. Ethereum yesterday gained dominance 0.84. Right now, losing dominance 0.20, right? Sitting at 7.83% dominance of total market. We're gonna go look at Ethereum chart. There's nothing going on. We had this divergence, bullish divergence, which hasn't played out. We're gonna look at the 4 hours, but I think we are within this downsloping wedge again. We might be just bouncing outside of it right now. Volatility in the Bollinger Band's a little bit open. Positive momentum stagnating and sitting around 83 on the RSI. We're not doing much. On the 4 hours, we are outside the channel slightly on this past, let's call it 12 hours, right? So basically touching, bouncing, going back in, sitting below 20 MA, contraction of the Bollinger Bands, starting to make less negative momentum, and RSI sitting around 42 right now. Quickly, what I could see is that from here, no, it's actually going down, so it wouldn't apply much. No, I was trying to see if we were making a bullish divergence, but we're not. Apparently not right now, at least. This is not the same height right now. No. Anyways, nothing in the 4 hours right now, and still waiting for that bullish divergence on the daily to play out, which hasn't played out strongly for anyone. On the 1 hour, we can see we're broken out of the structure, went back in, closed there for a candle, and then gap back out, back into this down sloping resistance again. On the 1 hour, we are making bullish divergence, right? On the MACD. And the MACD we're not, but I mean, sorry, on the RSI we're not. On the MACD we're making a bullish divergence, which would mean price action to the upside. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's it on the 1 hour, right? A little bit more open volatility in the Bollinger Bands, and that's about it. On to Ripple. Now, I found this article just says that Ripple remains popular, but it has performed terribly during 2019, and basically it just talks bad news about Ripple. Doesn't say anything about why it's popular, right? Anyways, they go on to say that according to data collected by Coinmetrics, Ripple has been selling XRP tokens at a much quicker rate than before, and that has beaten down the price of the token considerably. That being said, Ripple clarified on Friday that it does not believe its actions have had an effect on the price of the token. We all know it has, because we haven't been able to get to higher prices, so they're basically dumping on the market every beginning of the month when they released the funds that are on the escrows back into the market, which is 1 billion XRP, so they can add liquidity, etc. But that's keeping the price of Ripple down. A lot of us seem to think that way. Anyways, the co-founder of Multigon Capital, a cryptocurrency hedge fund, stated that the company has raised its rates of selling considerably over the course of the past 3 quarters, and investors are only now realizing what Ripple has been up to. I doubt it. People have known that Ripple has been doing this with escrow. They announced it. They said they were going to do it. So, whoever's into Ripple and follows the news knows what's going on. It's not like they're catching people off guard. Anyways, we're going to go and look at the Ripple chart on the daily for dominance. Let's see real quick. On the daily, contraction of Bollinger Bands, we're getting really narrow, which would definitely mean that we could expect price action, explosion, or the upside or downside. Right now on the daily, sitting above the 20 MA. Wait, this is dominance, sorry. Dominance yesterday positive. Going up 1.27%. Right now, dominance going up 0.09%. We don't do analysis on the dominance. Anyways, but yeah, contraction of the Bollinger Bands. We should see certain kind of movement as well. Anyways, on the price, and this is where it gets interesting, right? On the daily, yesterday we had a red day, 0.29% down. Right now, going down 0.43%. Apparently, we have broken out of this downsloping resistance, still within the downsloping channel we had traced way back in July, but I think we traced it maybe around the 5th of August. Anyways, we had bullish divergence, which hasn't played out. And yeah, what else? Let's go on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, contraction of the Bollinger Band, sitting below 20 MA. Momentum going to negative, and price sitting around 45 on the RSI. Now outside of the structure, potential price to the upside from contraction of the Bollinger Bands being a little bit lower on the RSI, and starting, or should be making positive momentum now, right? What else is going on here? Nothing else. Okay, let's go on the 1-hour. On the 1-hour, contraction of the Bollinger Band, sitting below 20 MA, outside of the channel for sure. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 12 closes, right? For 12 hours we have been outside of this, that resistance, right? Right now, let's see this. Could it be? Man, this is not good. And, this is normal, but, man. Seems that we could be developing a slight bearish divergence, which would mean price action to the downside, and might be why we're seeing these candles go down. Momentum from positive starting to stagnate, sitting around 47 on the RSI. Let's see how it plays out, right? Everyone's waiting on Bitcoin to move. So right now, what I would say on the 1-hour, potential move to the downside, continuation from this bearish divergence that has developed on the 1-hour. And being tightening of the Bollinger Bands, meaning we could see a movement, either an explosive movement to upside or downside, right? Right now we're banking to the downside. However, we're going to depend on Bitcoin, and this is just for the 1-hour. It might not be that violent, because in the 4-hour, I think contraction was not that hard right now, right? Anyways, on to Litecoin. We're gonna jump onto the Litecoin chart because we didn't find any news for Litecoin today. Anyways, Litecoin dominance on the daily. Litecoin yesterday gained dominance 0.70%. Right now it's losing dominance 0.44%, right? Sitting at 1.79% of market dominance. Anyways, I don't think I mentioned the price of Ripple, sitting at 0.268 cents. And Ethereum, I also think I didn't mention it, was sitting at $185.79. Anyways, let's keep moving on to Litecoin. Litecoin right now on the daily, sitting at 72.15 cents or $72.15. Still within this downsloping wedge. Apparently, we're still within this other downsloping channel. Volatility open on the Bollinger Band, sitting below the 20 MA. Starting to make a little bit positive momentum and sitting low on the RSI at 35, which could mean potential move to the upside just from sitting low on price. Everything else, we had this bullish divergence which hasn't played out to higher prices. So basically, gun is cocked and loaded, but it's not firing, right? We have to wait and see what happens. I think we're just waiting on Bitcoin. Uh, anyways, let's go on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, a little bit more contraction on the Bollinger Band, sitting below 20 MA. Back here, still within this resistance, downsloping resistance. Starting to make negative momentum, and sitting around 43 on the RSI. So from here to here, it's higher, so there's nothing there, and from here to here, it's lower, so there's nothing there as well. Basically, nothing else going on, right? Yeah, nothing else going on right now on the 4-hour. So let's go on the 1-hour. We had contraction of the Bollinger Band starting to expand a little bit more from movement to the downside. Still within the downsloping resistance, still being unable to break above that downsloping resistance. Could it be? Could it be? But I'm not sure if it's gonna play out. Let's see. It might be developing slight bullish divergence, which might mean potential price action to the upside. We can see it here as well. I mean, this is very slight, right? The inclination is very slight. So, yeah, I think it's gonna. Yeah, I mean, it's very slight. Not sure if it's gonna play out or not, but we might see small price action to the upside, not too violent, maybe. That's where it's sitting at right now. Anyways, on the RSI, sitting at 40. So that's about it for Litecoin. On to Binance. Well, yesterday we commented on the article regarding Binance lending, and I'll place a link on the corner up here somewhere, right? Yesterday we mentioned that Binance was guaranteeing a return on the monies that were being lent on the platform, 50% for Binance and 10% for the USD Tether. Now, the first lending phase will be conducted on a first-come, first-served basis, and the first maturity term for the loan will be 14 days, with the interest being paid out immediately after the loan matures. Now, that sounds pretty good, right? But anyways, it started to raise controversies regarding the program. Some users are saying that promising a guaranteed interest rate is never a good idea. And, basically that's what happened with the Ponzi scheme in China, right? Where people were being promised, I think it was 8 to 16% gains on their investment, and they had to invest $500 worth of cryptocurrency. Now, this is a bit different. Why? Because, the Binance CEO, Changpeng Zhao, came out and said, basically, lending on Binance goes to margin borrowers who pay the interest. Simple. Very different from other guaranteed return schemes. We don't have to look for another place to invest. That's why margin is out first. Spartans get it. Now, yeah, if they give it to the people that are trading with margin, yeah, they have to repay the loan with an interest rate. But my question is, what happens if a lot of people that use margin start to lose insane amounts, right? I'm not sure how much they're gonna ask for collateral for the people that are using margin, and basically if they're going to be insured to be able to pay when people lose money and are unable to cover their debts. I mean, all these things are questions that I would ask, right? But they're not answered on the articles that I found so far. Anyways, on to Binance. Binance on the daily. For dominance, right? Yesterday, lost dominance. 0.53%. Right now, gaining dominance. 1.65%, sitting at 1.58% of market cap dominance. Now, Binance is trading at $25.87, still within the downtrend. I'm actually going to make it longer now because I've been unable to break out from it. Still within the downtrend. Volatility open on the Bollinger Band, sitting below 20 MA. Starting to make less negative momentum, however, this can still develop. We had bullish divergence, which hasn't played out. Sitting low on the RSI at 38.81 on the 4-hour. Let's see what's going on. On the 4-hour, right, we've seen that we have movement up sloping movement. And it might be from let me see this real quick. It might be the fact that we developed bullish divergence on the RSI because we didn't develop it on the MACD, and that might be why we're seeing price action to the upside right now. Anyways, sitting at the 20 MA, apparently also hitting that midline of the channel that we traced. Bollinger Band volatility open, starting to make positive momentum. RSI at 46. That's what's going on right now. And let's go look at the 1 hour. Yeah, it's looking normal on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, sitting at 60 on the RSI, making positive momentum still. Sitting above the 20 MA, hitting the top part of the Bollinger Band's volatility open, and yeah, that's it. Nothing going on in the 1 hour that I can chart quickly, right? Or see quickly. Anyways, seems to be congruent. Guys, quick stream today, right? We basically, charts didn't move much, and we had very light news today. And hopefully that we'll see Bitcoin do something quickly, right? Anyways, guys, that's all for today. If you have any questions, chat's open. Make sure you leave us a comment or something. And if you're catching the replay, you can comment below, right? Soka, thanks, man. Thanks for a thumbs up. Hope everything's good, man. Anyways, guys, if there's no questions, that will be all for today. Thank you for watching. Again, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Let us know how we're doing. We really want to get this community going. Show this video to your friends, right? Yeah, that's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great Tuesday night.